Hello, mathematicians! This week we are working on 2D.1.4. The D stands for data. And it says that we're going to draw conclusions to make predictions from information in a graph. So how can we apply that to real life? Well, let's say that we're selling cookies for a fundraiser. And our goal is to sell 20 boxes in 2 weeks. So you can keep a graph to keep track so that you can make sure that you reach your goal. That's just one example. So here's our graph. Remember, a graph is just a visual diagram used to represent some information. So this says, this is the title of the graph, is math homework. And then on the side, it tells us what these numbers mean. It says number of math problems. And then here it says number of students so that we know what each of these, or name of students, excuse me, so that we know what each of these mean. So this is Amanda, Michelle, John, and Dustin. So the bar graph above represents a group of students that are working on their math homework. And the number of math problems is 16. You see here, it goes all the way up to 16. So it shows us that Amanda, that's this one right here, that's the biggest bar, is the quickest working on her math homework. And it showed that she finished 15 problems. And then we have John and Dustin, who have worked a total of 22 math problems. So how we know that is we go over here and John worked 12 and Dustin worked 10. So we add those two numbers together and that gives us our 22. That's how we got 22 here. And then Michelle right here, she's worked 6 fewer problems than Amanda. So how we figure that one out when it says 6 fewer, it's a subtraction problem. So we take the biggest number, which is 15, and then Michelle's number, let's look, is 9. So we do 15 minus 9, and that's how we get our answer. Let's work on some of these together. If you don't have your whiteboard, pause the video and go grab it now. If you don't have a whiteboard, you can always use paper and pencil. But a whiteboard makes it nice because we don't have to waste any paper and pencil. We can just erase and check our answers real easy. So let's look at the graph here. What is the title of this graph? It's kind of fun. Title of the graph, Marshmallow Eating Contest. Do you like marshmallows? I do too, especially in hot chocolate, huh? And then what does it say on the side? What do these numbers represent? Number of marshmallows eaten in 2 minutes. How many marshmallows can you eat in 2 minutes? I don't know. I bet I could eat a lot. Depends how big they are. The little mini ones, I could eat a whole bunch, huh? How many can you eat in 2 minutes? What do you think? Well, here are the people who tried it. And we have Chad, he ate 10. Tyler ate 18. Brittany ate 12. And Samantha ate 14 marshmallows in 2 minutes. Okay, so who ate the most? How do you find this out? What is the most would be the biggest bar graph, right? And who is that? What name does that say? Tyler, right? So the next question is asking us, what was the difference between the number of marshmallows Chad ate than Tyler? What does difference mean? What is that? We know that it is a math vocabulary word. Difference. What does that mean? It means you're going to do a subtraction problem. Yeah. So we want the answer to a subtraction problem. So look at Tyler. He ate 18 and Chad ate 10. So what was the difference between the number of marshmallows Chad ate than Tyler? So pause the video and figure that out. Okay, so you should have written down 18 minus 10. I want you to try to work your problems out like this and not draw a bunch of tally marks. So if you have to, it's understandable, but we're at a point now we should be learning to do our subtraction problems this way. So let's work on this. So we have 8 minus 0. What's 8 minus 0? So I have 8, and I'm not taking away any, so I still have 8. So we have an 8 right here. Okay, 1 minus 1 is 0, so I don't need to write anything there if I don't want to. So that number is what? So the answer is 8. Tyler ate 8 more marshmallows than Chad did in 2 minutes. Is that what you got? Did you get 8? Okay, our next question is, who came in second place in the marshmallow eating contest? So how do we figure that out? What would be second place? Do you know what first place would be? The biggest graph, the biggest bar, and that's Tyler. So what is the next biggest bar? Who had the next biggest bar? Chad, Brittany, or Samantha? Samantha. Samantha came in second at the marshmallow eating contest. Good. Next question is, how many marshmallows did Brittany and Samantha eat together? How many marshmallows did Brittany and Samantha eat together? So first you have to ask yourself, is this going to be an addition problem or a subtraction problem? I'm not going to tell you yet. I want you to go figure it out and then come and check your answer. How many marshmallows did Brittany and Samantha eat together? Pause the video and work this out. Okay, let's work on this. So we know that Brittany had 12 and Samantha had 14, right? So if they want to know how many they had together, we need to add these two. So we have 14, 12, and we're going to add. Okay, so don't draw a bunch of tally marks. It's time to start figuring them out this way. So you make sure that you line your numbers up, because if you don't line your numbers up, your answer is going to be all crazy. So make sure you line them up according to place value. So 4 plus 2 is 6. 1 plus 1 is 2. So did you get 26 for your answer? Good. Question is, how many marshmallows were eaten all together? So what does that mean? Are we going to do addition or subtraction? They want to know the marshmallows that were eaten all together. So let's put these numbers up here again. So we had Chad eating 10, Tyler eating 18, Brittany ate 12, and Samantha ate 14 in 2 minutes. Okay, is this an addition or a subtraction problem? Pause the video, work this problem out. They want to know how many marshmallows were eaten all together in the contest. Pause the video and work this out on your whiteboard. Okay, so we want to line all these numbers up. If we did tally marks, this would take us a really long time. And it's addition, so we don't have to go in any certain order. I just like to go from biggest to smallest. But you don't have to do that. It doesn't matter in addition how we line up these numbers. Only matters in subtraction. Okay? So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 8 plus 4 plus 2 is 14. So you put the 4 here. Got to put that 1 someplace. So we're going to put it up there. And then we just count all of our ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 54 marshmallows were eaten all together. That's a lot of marshmallows. Did you get 54 for your answer? If not, figure out why. If there's somebody at your house that can help you look at your work, take it to an older sibling or an adult and see if they can look at the work that you did and see why you didn't get 54. If you did get 54, perfect. That's good. But it's okay if you didn't. We're learning, right? Sometimes you just make a little calculation error. So that's good to look at. All right. Let's do a few more together. Make sure that you got this. All right, so look here. What's the title of our graph? Ticket sales for the school carnival. Okay, what are our numbers here? What do they represent? It says number of tickets. And what do our bars represent? It says students. So we have Tiffany, Gregory, Kim, and Brad. All right. Let's look at how many each sold first. So we have Tiffany over here. At what number is this? 25 mark. Okay, and Gregory is over here at the 10 mark. And then Kim is at the 15 mark. And Brad is at the 30 mark. All right, so who sold the most tickets? Which one of those sold the most tickets? 30, yeah, and who sold 30 tickets? Who's this guy? Brad. Yeah, good. Who sold the least amount of tickets? The 10, the green one, who is, you remember this name? Gregory. So old Greg only sold 10 tickets for the school. Okay, what is the difference of ticket sales between Brad, we're here in the blue, and Kim, the orange one? What does that mean? What is the difference? We talked about it when we were doing the last one, the marshmallow eating contest. What does difference mean? It is the answer to a subtraction problem. So you're going to have to subtract. So subtract Brad and Kim's number. Pause the video, work it out, and then come back and check your answer, okay? Okay. So we have Brad over here at 30. Kim at 15. And it wants the difference, so it's a subtraction problem. Whoa, how do we do this? We can't take 5, take away 0. We can't take anything from there. We have to borrow. Do you remember borrowing? I've learned that last year. So we take here. Now the 3 becomes a 2. Then we put a little 1 over here. It's always going to be a 1. It's never going to be a 2, 3, a 4, 5. It's always going to be a 1. Okay? So now this is 10. See that number? We make it 10 minus 5. 10. I take away 5. How many do I have left? 5. Yep. Don't need to draw any tally marks or anything. I just know I can use my fingers if I need to. Now we have 2 minus 1. 2. I take away 1. It's 1. So what was the difference between them? 15. Brad sold 15 more tickets than Kim did. If you did not get that right, go right now and take your whiteboard to a sibling or an adult and ask them to help you and find out why you didn't get it right. Maybe you just made a little mistake. Maybe you forgot to carry your 1 over here. See if somebody there can help you figure out why you got it wrong, okay? All right. Our next question is, what are the total tickets sold between Tiffany and Gregory? So I have Tiffany here and Gregory. 25 and 10. Are we adding or subtracting if they want to know the total tickets that Tiffany and Gregory sold together? And you're just adding 10. We've done this before. What is it when you just add 10? You're going to change, you just change that number. But work it out if you need to. 25, 10. Now, we want to know the total tickets sold between them, so it should just be plus or minus. Plus. Okay, so pause the video, work out this problem, and then come back and check your answer, okay? All right, let's check this out. So 5 plus 0 is 5. 2 plus 1 is 3. So together they sold 35 tickets. If you didn't go have a sibling or an adult check this for you and figure out why you didn't get it correct. So when we're going up by tens, we're just going to change this number here. So we have 35. If we wanted to go up 10 more, what's the next number after 35? 4. So then it'd be 45. Okay? Yeah, it's real easy. Real easy stuff. All right. Next one is, what were the total number of tickets sold by all 4 students? Total number of tickets sold. So is that going to be addition or subtraction? Addition, yeah, they want to know the total, all of them together. So pause the video and do some adding. Okay, so we're going to take 30. I just like to go biggest to smallest, but you don't have to do that. 25, 15, and 10. Whoa. All right, I know 5 plus 5 is 10. And these are zeros, so it's going to be 10. And then you always got to put the little 1 up there. So 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 2 more is 6, plus 1 plus 1. What does that give us a total of? 8. So I like to double check my work. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So 80 tickets total were sold by those 4 students. Is that what you got? That's what you should have got. If you didn't get it, what am I going to tell you? Go have a sibling or an adult check your work and see if they can figure out where you messed up at. Because it might just be a little, maybe you got something out of line here, maybe you forgot to carry your one. So go have them check your work and help you so that you can get the correct answer there. So you know how to do it, okay? Wonderful. All right. So have a wonderful rest of your week. You're going to do great on this.